welcome to the Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion Change of Responsibility. This morning, Command Sergeant Major Joy L. Allen will relinquish responsibility as the Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion Command Sergeant Major to Command Sergeant Major Scotty L. Messer. Among our distinguished guests for today's ceremony are Lieutenant General Laura J. Richardson, Commanding General of United States Army North; Colonel Stephen J. Adams, Chief of Staff; Lieutenant Colonel Cheryl A. Justice, and Command Sergeant Major Gabriel N. Camacho. The music for today's ceremony is provided by Fort Sam's own, the 323rd Army Band Mission Brass. The official party for today's ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel Richard P. Tita, Command Sergeant Major Joy L. Allen, and Command Sergeant Major Scotty L. Messer. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise for the arrival of the official party. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Staff Sergeant Corey J. Walton, the United States Army North Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year for 2021, is presenting Samuel Jr., Jeremiah, and Sergeant First Class Allen a red rose and a token of appreciation, thanking them for all their support and devotion to the soldiers and families of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion. Red roses signify the bonds of loyalty and affection between soldiers and families, and to signify our sorrow and their departure. They will be remembered and missed. Ladies and gentlemen, Specialist Mitchell T. Robinson, the United States Army North Soldier of the Year for 2021, is presenting Mrs. Amanda Messer a bouquet of yellow roses, welcoming her to the Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion. Yellow is the color of new beginnings and symbolizes her arrival to the unit. In time, Mrs. Messer's rosebuds will blossom, as will her relationship with the soldiers and families. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise for the invocation given by Sergeant Major Wesley R. Burton and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Staff Sergeant Randy Holmes.
Please join me as I pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day you have given us and for this change of responsibility ceremony. Thank you for Command Sergeant Major Allen and her committed and faithful service as the HHBN Command Sergeant Major. As we welcome Command Sergeant Major Messer, I ask that you will empower him to be a strong and wise leader, as enlisted soldiers depend on him for leadership and officers count on him for accurate and timely counsel. Provide for him everything that he needs to serve with faithfulness, courage, and integrity. Grant him and the soldiers of HHBN success in every endeavor so that they might find satisfaction in the important work they are doing on behalf of our nation. In your precious and holy name I pray, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Please be seated. The change of responsibility is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. The key to the ceremony is the passing of the colors. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors under which it fights, for they represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers. The custodian of the colors is a Command Sergeant Major, who is a senior enlisted soldier in the unit and principal advisor to the commander. The passing of the colors symbolizes the transfer of command responsibility from Command Sergeant Major Joy L. Allen to Command Sergeant Major Scotty L. Messer. This also passes the loyalty and unity of the soldiers of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion. The non-commissioned officer in charge, Master Sergeant Jason Wright, passes the colors for the last time to Command Sergeant Major Allen. Command Sergeant Major Allen then passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Tita, relinquishing her responsibility of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel Tita then passes the colors to Command Sergeant Major Messer. Charge orders for Command Sergeant Major Scotty L. Messer. Let it be known from this day forward that the commander of the Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion has placed special trust and confidence in your patriotism, dedication, integrity, and leadership abilities. Therefore, you are hereby appointed as the Command Sergeant Major of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion, effective 29 June 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Richard P. Tita.
Lieutenant General Richardson, Colonel Adams, Chief Rapo, other distinguished guests, friends and family, good morning, and thank you all for joining us as we mark the battalion's change of responsibility from Sergeant Major Joy Allen to Sergeant Major Scotty Messer. I first want to take a quick second to acknowledge all the hard work and effort necessary to make this morning's event happen. Please join me in a round of applause for all those who helped out. Now, arriving here just about a year ago to take command of the Headquarters Battalion, I really had no idea what a Headquarters Battalion did or what we needed to do to be successful for our mission or for our soldiers. But in the days following my arrival, when I went home every day with more questions than I'd come in with, I remember distinctly being put at ease by Sergeant Major Allen's calmness and her overall demeanor. Her presence and patience reassured me that I might not have gotten in too far over my head and that things would eventually come around. And it wasn't long after my time here that Sergeant Major Allen told me for the first time, remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We've come back to that many times over the past year. I thank you, Sergeant Major Allen, for always keeping me straight and helping us keep things in perspective as we handled numerous challenges that neither of us had dealt with before. Now, I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about our outstanding unit and describe a little bit about what Sergeant Major Allen has undertaken during this most interesting and unprecedented of years. So what does the HHBN do? Anybody? Any takers out there? Hey, by doctrine, our HHBN provides administrative and unit level logistics support for the Theater Army's command post. It's a mouthful, right? Ultimately, we're talking about personnel services, supply room operations, maintaining accountability, and of course, caring for our teammates. Our battalion and its two company headquarters manage thousands of training records and actions, dozens of UICs out there, and over 800 personnel spread out over 30 plus locations on Fort Sam and in our regions and our MPEP locations. No small task, all right? Dealing with very important matters like pay and leave, readiness, soldier and family care, ranges, evaluation, and of course, everybody's favorite ACFT implementation. I'm sure everybody out there is taking their one test, right? We have till August 31st. It's coming fast. We also have our outstanding caisson detachment, our military funeral honors platoon, and of course, our Fort Sam Zone 323rd Army Band. Please, another round of applause for our leader support team. So all of this from a management and leadership perspective will be challenging enough in normal times, but then to do it all during COVID was a whole other level. Last year, I referred to the COVID operating environment several times as being similar to being downrange, with us on our FOB and the pockets of COVID and COVID outbreaks being the indirect fire and the ambushes that we're trying to avoid. So it was like a deployment in many, many ways, extremely challenging at times. But I know that we all recognize and we're thankful that we're part of this RNOR team that did and continues to do incredible work for our fellow citizens and in support of our homeland. So it's in that COVID environment that we all remember so well when all of us were in crisis that our unit benefited numerous times from Sergeant Major Allen's counsel and camaraderie. Her wisdom, that wisdom of a sergeant major that's just truly essential to a successful unit. It impacted numerous aspects of our command, day to day, often behind the scenes and unrecognized. One example of her impact also occurred not long after I arrived and deserves mentioning. I received her counsel concerning a young soldier that was on his way out, getting chaptered, and one that I had assessed we had done everything we needed to do for. I was wrong. And Sergeant Major Allen provided a perspective that I couldn't see, and she ultimately changed the minds of several experienced leaders, and the resulting new environment, that soldier thrived. And let me tell you, that decision changed multiple people's lives. And that's just one example of that CSM wisdom that Sergeant Major Allen brought to our table. I believe this quality, this synergy that she provided is what makes a great team, what makes a great command team. The ability to complement each other, to look at our options, and then put together our best plan based on what we know and the resources that we have available. Sergeant Major Allen did that. She made me a better leader and officer and provided our soldiers in this organization with outstanding leadership and support on multiple levels. Thank you, Sergeant Major Allen, for all you have done, and I wish you and your family the best of luck in grand adventures as you move on to your much-deserved nominated position way over in Austin. Sergeant Major Messer, welcome to you and Amanda. I know these are tough times to be moving in. We're glad to have you here and getting you all settled. I'm very excited to have you and Amanda join the RNOR team, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you all again for your time this morning. All the best to you and all of your families and the men and women of HHBN and RNOR. Strength through vigilance, strength of the nation.
The outgoing Command Sergeant Major Joy L. Allen.
All right, good morning, Lieutenant General Richardson, Colonel Adams, Lieutenant Colonel Tita, Commanders, Command Sergeants Major, distinguished guests, soldiers, family, and friends. Thank you for attending this change of responsibility and sharing this pivotal and special moment with me and my battalion. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Army North Command Team, Lieutenant General Richardson, Command Sergeant Major Barretto, and Colonel Adams for continuously trusting in the Army's decision to allow me to lead the headquarters battalion of such a unique and prestigious organization. The opportunity to have the freedom of maneuver to lead the battalion with Lieutenant Colonel Tita was never taken for granted, and thank you again for the opportunity. I want to take a moment to give special recognition to a unit that, one, I have never thought I would have the pleasure of leading, and two, the most premier band in the Army Fort Sam Houston's 23rd band. It is amazing how such a small organization has a huge impact on the installation in the community. So thank you for always adding prestige, dignity, and honor to our ceremonies and our special events. So my favorite phrase in the non-commissioned officer creed is, all soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership. I will provide that leadership. And I truly believe that all soldiers include leaders like myself, soldiers like myself. And I have been fortunate enough to have a number of mentors that have kept that promise to me. These are not all of my mentors that have made an impact on me throughout my entire career, but really the ones that have especially done so throughout this past 17 months as a battalion command sergeant major. Command Sergeant Major Delgado, Command Sergeant Major retired Smalls, Command Sergeant Major retired Thomas, Sergeant Major Peachers, Sergeant Major Stackhouse, and Sergeant Major Deloach. Thank you for both your direct and your indirect inspiration. My ability, my strength, and my courage has at times been tried and tested during this tenure, but thank goodness that you all were truly a call, email, and a text away. The many times that self-doubt kicked in, and it kicked in a lot, and I wanted to throw in the towel, you all reminded me of my resume and all the accomplishment, grit, grind, and unlimited potential that got me to this very point in the first place. So I will forever be grateful for both your leadership and friendship during my tenure here. So thank you. To my Sergeant Major battle buddies, thank you for walking this road and sharing this experience with me. You all have made a lasting imprint on my time here on JBSA. More specifically, Command Sergeant Major Kelly, Command Sergeant Major Camacho, Sergeant Major Davis, Sergeant Major Faith Lauder, Sergeant Major Bracy, Sergeant Major Mathena, Sergeant Major Brown, Sergeant Major Thomas, and my predecessor, Command Sergeant Major Laura. They say it takes a village, and you all truly have been mine during this time. Thank you for all your support, counsel, vent sessions. I think I only really cut Sergeant Major Davis out this tenure for his senior mission command craziness. Laughs and sometimes cries that we share. I will forever cherish our bond and friendship, so thank you all. So I was presented my PCS award shortly before this ceremony that had 4 bullets describing my success and achievements during my tenure as the Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion, Army North Command Sergeant Major. Though that award will permanently be a part of my individual record, I did not earn that award. The soldiers and leaders of HHBN that I have had the honor of leading earned that award. Because of you all, the battalion was and continues to be successful in ensuring the entire Army North team across over 30 geographically dispersed locations across North America were ready and resilient in order to accomplish the critical homeland defense and DISPA missions. Because of you all, we maintain a prestigious caisson platoon, a mission that is deeply respected and heavily relied upon to provide military funeral honors across Texas for several hundreds of our dearly fallen comrades and their families. Because of you all, we survived the raw ugliness and chaos of COVID-19 by spearheading and providing all of the forced health protection for our Army North staff so that they can continue to answer the nation's call in response to the pandemic. And because of all your dedication to training, professional and self-development, and a winning spirit, you all have produced the Army Futures Command Best Warrior Competition NCO winner that will represent the Army at the HQDA Best Warrior Competition this fall. Those are only a few great things that mark the success of this battalion, but definitely sums up the soldiers and leaders' invaluable worth. Very special thanks to my first sergeants. First Sergeant Tafoya, First Sergeant Boyle, First Sergeant Scott, and First Sergeant Iglesias. I have absolutely no idea how the battalion and Army North would have had an ounce of success without you all. You all are the epitome of the backbone of the Army and literally carry the battalion on that backbone to victory every time, and I'm very proud of you all. Thank you for a job beyond well done. To my company commanders, absolutely no one else in this battalion is more hard-headed than you all. I'm just kidding. Captain Leslie, Captain Giddens, CW4 Delaney, thank you for selflessly leading our companies with pride and distinction, allowing me to provide you the advice, counsel, and mentorship as a battalion senior enlisted leader that you all deserve as well. To the staff OICs and NCOICs, you all amaze me every day with how much you exceed expectations of organizational readiness across the entire ASCC with such a small pool of professionals. I know the burden can get heavy and frustrating at times, but you all carry it damn well, and I thank you for all your hard work and dedication. To my battle buddy, Lieutenant Colonel Tito, thank you so much for being an exemplary leader, counselor, friend, and overall human being. The way that you care for our soldiers, leaders, and overall team is quite amazing, and I'm glad to have been in the position at the right time to serve alongside you. Like I said, sir, remember it's a marathon, not a race, and good luck on the rest of your tenure here at HHBN. Last but not least, I want to thank my family and friends who are in attendance in person and virtually. The 2 main reasons why I pull myself out of bed and continue to put my best foot forward are in the front row. I want to thank my 2 little men, Sammy and Jeremiah, and their dad for putting up with my Army shenanigans and indirectly providing me with purpose and motivation. I love you guys. Command Sergeant Major Messer, you are inheriting an exceptional battalion commander, and team. Thank you for your patience and support during this transition, and I wish you nothing but the best as you enter into this pivotal milestone in your career. So going into the next chapter of my career, every day, I will still wake up and continue to place my best foot forward and lead by example. I will continue to keep an open mind and be the sounding board for soldiers, officers, and civilians of any organization. Once again, thank you for attending today's ceremony. My family and I are grateful for this experience and will miss you all. Strength of vigilance, strength of the nation. Guardian 6 signing out.
The Command Sergeant Major of Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion, Command Sergeant Major Scotty L. Messer.
Good morning. Good morning, General Richardson, U.S. Army North leaders, soldiers, civilians, family, and friends. Thank you. Thank you for your attendance today. It means a lot to myself and Amanda. I'm grateful for everything God has provided us, and to say we're blessed is an understatement. The journey to serve as your Headquarters and Headquarters Battalion CSM will have its challenges. I'm sure of that. I only hope that I can fill the large shoes that CSM Allen has left for me. Sergeant Major, I've only known you for a few days, and seeing you and how you interact with the soldiers here, you truly care. You live the people first mindset, and I wish you the very best in your next assignment. Colonel Tito, I look forward to building our team and our friendship. I know we'll have some unique challenges that only our North can send us. But I couldn't think of a better person to share a foxhole with. To all the Army North teammates, I'm excited to serve as your Battalion Command Sergeant Major. My door is always open, and I welcome you to stop by at any time. To those viewing on Facebook, I know you wanted to attend in person, but please know your presence is felt, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day. To my leaders and coworkers that I've worked with in the past, thank you for giving me those asthma checks when I needed them. Your leadership and mentorship over these years have made me who I am today, and I appreciate you. None of this is possible without my family. So to my mom, my brother, aunts, uncles, grandparents, in-laws, and all of those who welcomed me over the years into their home as one of their own, you have shaped me into who I am today, and I appreciate you. To my beautiful wife, Amanda, I love you and couldn't ask for anyone else to share this journey with. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Then said I, "Here am I, send me." Guardian 7, signing on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the 5th Army Song and the Army Song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's change of responsibility. Please take a moment to wish Command Sergeant Major Joy L. Allen farewell in front of the stage. There is a reception for Command Sergeant Major Scotty L. Messer and Mrs. Messer at the back of the conference room located behind the stage in room 132.